Hello, this is literally Medipeakdp, and I'm just trying to experiment with the face-to-face camera, and I'm not really a fan of it, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm just here, and I'm discussing with my friends together here. We're going to discuss how we're going to look back at the things that we posted, and then understand that it was in the school in and of itself. When we post these articles and this information, we are creating a paradigm that can be truthful and maybe, according to some people who want to push certain narratives, fact checker. Where's your check? Where's the check that you got, fact checker, for doing the fact check? Where's your check that you got for it because you've given an incentive to do it? Because it's information that you can feel and begin discerning where were the parts left out that seemed falsehood, and then that were even retconned in and of themselves and are a complete contradiction by the information itself. You can begin to realize that there's a new set of information that must be unfolded in one path or another. I'm not saying there is one path, but there's a few paths that are both in the congruence in terms of correcting the bullshit from the complete bullshit. So places I would suggest to start picking up information, you could go on pdfdrive.com, and they have PDF files for most books that you can consider even mainstream, or any health, science, religion topics, even fiction if you care about that, but it's more on the topic of understanding non-fictional realistic paradigms. But if you also know that fiction usually has some element of disclosure within it, and it may actually have more truthful concepts than you might be told in fiction itself, but that's not a direct reference we're using here, but it's also a good help. So yeah, you can check for PDF files, and you can download literally full books, and you can have it on your Google Drive, or if you don't use that, you can also use Sync. Okay, so beyond that point, we can begin to reflect on, are there differences between our paradigms individually that we can find a way to coexist and co-create and have a, guess what? Do you want to know how relationships should work in terms of holistic relationship? It's called symbiosis, not parasites, because you might deal with parasites, and you may begin to develop a parasitic behavioral patterns. So if you start having a symbiotic relationship, you can look at the differences between your subjective experiences and understand that subjectivity can be just like a beautiful concept, a God-given concept. But ultimately, everything has a double-edged, paradoxical attribute to it, and its dual side of that double-edged sword creates paranoia, lies, and false paradigms that create religious, dogmatic, violent ways of thinking that are bullshitting. So, I guess you could say paradox and double-edged sword and spontaneity are like the highest expressions of godhood, maybe. Well, if you want to look at what are expressions that you emit as an individual, the most profound are typically ones that are spontaneous and ones that have a kind of mysterious or similar to paradoxical nature, but more of an enigmatic nature or humorous nature. I feel like when you zoom out and look at life forms and look at how they interact and look at the process of evolution in the universe and de-evolution in the universe, it becomes humorous. It becomes like a sense of humorous. It's pretty interesting what Source is doing within itself constantly, and which parts of itself, the act, the role playing, they're literally doing it within a simulated game. Role playing arc. I'm wearing this skin suit. So the skin suit and particular conscious engine running and projecting and being the projection on this projection, in the projector, in the projection, in the hologram. So you can keep on reflecting. Okay, my projector, projection. You're playing an illusion game. What are you not? What are you not? What are you not? I can't answer that. So this was discussing just some different reasons of libraries, your sense of self. Okay, there is self. Don't fall into that new age bullshit that they say there is no self, because there is self, but there is no self. There is no self in terms of your disconnection. Your disconnection is illusory. This Medipeakdp with a video quick in the studio, but don't go to studio because you don't want different propagandic, totalitarian, feudalistic agendas at play. Take care of it.